going on, TSR family? Your boy Heck here. Got my boy Smurf right beside me. Homeboy Ant right next to me. Back again for another episode of the TSR show. So let's get it cracking. We back at it like a crack addict.
Back at it like a crack addict.
How y'all doing today? How was y'all weekend though?
It was good, man.
It was cool. It was cool.
Kicking it.
You know.
I had a little movie night last night.
A little movie. Vertigo.
Yeah. It was a good one. It was good.
Did some yard work, cleaned my car. The yard work was a pain in the ass, but
yeah.
that's something.
Bro, even though I'm Mexican, like I hate doing yard work. Like I hate it.
And
it's weird. I'll always do other people's yards, but I'll never do mine. Like I'll help my grandma out and shit.
Oh yeah.
Grandma.
I mean, like you going to your homie's house doing his yard and
Nah, like I'll go to my grandma, my aunties, but like my house, I'm like, I can wait till next week, you know. And then next week comes, I never do it.
Yeah,
that's just how I do it. But let's start it off with some off the top here.
Go for it, Smurf.
All right, so I got an off the top. My off the top is. It's not gonna be an off the top. It's just I want to give a shout out to my homie Rich Boy. He going through it right now. You know, something's going on right now with him. But I just want to give a shout out to Rich Boy. We got you. TSR family got you. You ain't alone in this.
Yeah, for real.
And you gonna get through this, blood.
My off the
You
top.
talking about Richie, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Rich Boy. Yeah.
Cool.
Hey, hit us up, Rich.
Yeah.
You know,
sure,
we're one of those people that you hit us up. We always want to make sure everybody good around the circle.
Yeah, Rich Boy he always kept it 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a pretty nice guy. Pretty cool.
My off the top.
He a MAGA though.
Just real quick, I don't know if we'll get more into it at the end of the show, but I just wanted to say rest in peace to DMX. But also those that love DMX and that were real like friends with him and how he was just kind of talking about Rich Boy. It's like, give them their flowers while they're here, people. Like, give them their flowers while they're here. Like, with me, it doesn't have to be any celebrities. It could be, you know, your auntie, your grandma. Like, go visit them. Go cook with them. Go clean up their yards for them. Like, give people their flowers while they're here. Don't do it. And if, you know, God forbid something happens, you have to put a rest in peace. Like, yeah, that doesn't have to be on social media. Like, you know, just give it to the family. Support the family. Always give people their flowers while they're here, man, because life's too short. Life's way too short. So shout out to DMX. May him rest in paradise.
It always takes someone dying.
Yeah.
For
Or
them
going to
talk
jail.
About you.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah. Because it's like how they said, people would rather see you. You'll see more people at your funeral than your birthday, because a lot of people would rather see you on your back than on your own 2 feet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. Mine actually just piggybacks off that. It's pretty well documented that he had a drug substance issue.
Yeah.
You know, for anybody you know that's dealing with that type of shit, it's a pretty hard thing to deal with, and then especially with DMX having that money coming towards him. I couldn't imagine like a limited amount of money when you have this drug problem or alcohol problem. Not saying, but
Yeah.
if you know anybody that's going through it, man, it's a tough thing. It's a battle, and shout out to everybody out there just trying to do it, dude. Just take it a day at a time, whatever you can do, man. Substance abuse, drugs, alcohol, it's a fucking hard road to go through. And
Anything, just mental illness. It doesn't have to be drugs or alcohol. It could be anxiety. It could be depression. Like,
yeah,
call your people, man.
But
like,
with like substance abuse, it all piggybacks off one thing.
Yeah.
Too, so.
Trauma and all that, bro.
If
like,
you notice somebody going through it, just talk to them, get something, do something. Just be aware of your surroundings sometimes, because sometimes you might not know some people are going through some shit. You know?
Yeah. And tomorrow's not promised, man, for sure.
And then sometimes like people get to the point where they're like really fucked up on drugs, where one moment you'll give them a dollar or a drink, and then you'll come back, and then it's like they don't recognize you anymore.
Yeah.
Even though you just saw them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I had so many homies early on, like straight out of high school, that, you know, I had a couple homies that they overdosed and they passed away. and it was like, bro, we're not even like 20 years old yet. Like and like I said, I mean, I was still young too, and as I matured and I grew, it was like, no, I gotta give my people a call. Hey, bro, how you been? You doing good? Like, everything's solid? You wanna have a drink, or you wanna go out to eat or something like that? Like, and it's tough, you know, because you can't really get to everybody.
You know how that goes.
Yeah, you know how that goes. But as long as, you know, you're at least putting your good foot forward on most occasions, I think that little bit of help can really change someone's life.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. No, definitely.
Damn, we hit deep on this off the top.
Yeah.
We went deep. I mean, we doing it all. TSR Media.
Sad time.
Yeah. But let's get it started. Recently, this week, you had Paul Pierce.
Having a good time.
Oh, yeah, he was.
Some kind of transition we had right there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Well, he was recently let go from ESPN because of a Instagram live that he was doing. So I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on, did his Instagram live really, what's the word I'm kind of looking for? Like, was that should have that been the premise of his firing or of his letting go?
Parting ways.
Yeah, of his parting ways. Like, was that sufficient enough in your guys' eyes in order for them to be like, all right, we got to let you go?
Okay, so first of all, let's look at it from this perspective. Was Paul Pierce an asset for ESPN? Did a lot of people like him?
No, not really.
Did you like him on ESPN?
Sometimes. I mean, I liked when he would push the buttons sometimes, but he wasn't like a great analyst, I'll say that.
So he has said some.
He's not your go-to guy.
Yeah.
He has said some dumb shit on there. He was all right for me. I mean, I didn't really like learn nothing from him. So from that perspective, ESPN probably looked at him as like, all right, like they're just looking for a way to get rid of you.
Oh yeah, I've
You know what I'm
been
saying?
that before.
And and honestly, like, do you need to carry yourself like a certain way to represent the brand outside of the company? I see nothing wrong with him having a good time. There's nothing wrong with it. Like, what's wrong with going live and having females twerk in the background, half naked? Like, he's
You're
having
playing
a
poker.
good time.
Yeah, you're
He's playing poker. He's having a good time. Might be intoxicated, but did he say anything to hurt the brand?
Smoking weed.
Nah.
It was legal in California.
Yeah, I mean, and he's been a predicate of smoking weed, so it's not like that was a nuance to them. To
This cancel culture is getting out of hand.
Yeah.
The cancel culture is getting out of hand. Everything needs to be PC, and I just want the world to go back to when it was like you either knew nothing about them, or if you know a lot about them, who cares?
Right.
Or the Charles Barkley days. I am not a role model.
Yeah. And what do you think about it?
I don't see anything wrong with it. Also, you gotta remember, it is technically Disney. You gotta keep a certain perspective of what they do. It's technically Disney. Plus, he was an outright analyst. I wouldn't say, like I said, he's not the go-to guy. So I think essentially it could have been probably one of those ways. It's a good way to get out of this. Right. We got a way out now. You know what I mean? We don't have to keep him around. Like, they might have had problems. Who knows? We don't know the backstory, but I don't have a problem with it. But at the same time, the guy's 43, shouldn't be posting that shit either. To kind of keep it out of sight, out of mind. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. You kind of just keep it to yourself. But at the end of the day, I'm not a millionaire. I don't have bitches twerking around me the way he did, and I thought that was awesome.
And I think so. I used to work for a company where, like, my boss liked to get into my personal. But if I would tell him my personal and he didn't like it, I was treated a different type of way.
Oh.
Never got fired, right? But I was treated a different type of way. And it got to a point where I actually went down to the CEO and I said, hey man, this is a problem. Like now I'm getting treated differently just because of what I do or don't do outside of work, right? He goes up and this is the CEO, goes up to my boss and he says, look, whatever he does outside of work, that's on him. As long as he comes in on time, does his work, we pay him for what he does here. If it starts affecting what he does here, then we can have a conversation. But until then, and he put it like this, he can smoke his weed, he can sell drugs, but as long as I'm only worried about what he does in here.
The 40 here, the 80 hours a week here,
the 40 here, the 80 whatever. That's the only thing I'm worried about. Don't treat him differently because his values or his morals don't align to yours. You only judge him by his work and his work ethic.
White dude?
No, actually he was like a Hispanic dude. He was harsh on me.
God damn.
But they simply told him whatever he does outside of work, that's his business. He has the freedom to live his own life.
Yeah, it's kind of like where
it.
you're like
Right?
politics shit like
Yeah,
that.
right. And I think that's the premise to everything else. Now, he did go on Instagram Live, but it wasn't bad. I mean, he's having a good time. We were all locked up for a year, up in quarantine, and now, I had y'all over last night. We starting to kick it more and have more barbecues. That feels good, bro. I wanna keep doing it. You know what I mean? So, same with him. He's sitting in this big old mansion and like for a whole year, like, damn, I ain't been able to do nothing.
And these girls that are twerking, it's not like they were like hoes. They had matching outfits, like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The panties were matching for each girl. He probably.
He threw a party.
Yeah, that's
he
what I'm
threw
saying.
a party.
These aren't just like girls bought out the street. Like, yeah, you know what I mean? He's having a good time. You know
He
what I
threw
mean?
a party. Hey, he's living his life. And if everything is just gonna be, it's because he was smoking weed. Come on, bro. Like.
Plus, like, I wonder, like, maybe personal, maybe he's going through separation, something like that. I don't know. He was married now. He said he's not married in the videos.
Yeah, but that's the thing is why are you gonna let him go though?
Yeah.
After that, it's kind of okay. So what I really liked and it kind of blends in with each other is I like what Nike did with Deshaun Watson. They suspended their endorsement until he figures out the legalities of it. They didn't just cut him off. They didn't cut ties with him. But I think that was the way to kind of do it. You know what I mean?
But in this country, the whole suspend, you're innocent until proven guilty. Is that not the motto?
Right.
It's supposed to be the motto.
Until proven guilty.
Now it's you're guilty till proven innocent. That's the way I put it now. It's the opposite.
So to piggyback off that, what do you think about like the whole
Watson.
like what I said about the Deshaun Watson and Nike? You don't like what Nike did there?
No, I don't.
What is it up to? Like
These strong allegations, like, they're not strong. These allegations aren't very strong allegations. And if they're strong allegations, in my mind is, whatever happened to you're innocent till you're proven guilty. Like you got Molly Karam. It was about a week or 2 weeks ago saying the Texans need to do this, the NFL needs to do this. And it's like, you're innocent until proven guilty. Like.
Are you talking about Molly, the one from Pierce Take?
Yeah. Yeah, she hella whack.
Yeah.
But
Molly
it's like,
Rose, Carol.
yeah, it's.
She got married. Fuck her.
Whatever happened to you're innocent till proven guilty. That's my thing.
It is. I think it's true. I think he should be able to make money. I think it's good that they just didn't cut him off right away. They kind of stayed in a certain way, but I like it. I like the fact that they did say, "Hey, we're done. Bye, sayonara." Like what happens to everybody else.
Yeah.
But
look, if it comes out that he did something, fine.
Yeah, get rid of him. Do whatever you need to do. Yeah.
Word is that the Panthers were trying to trade for him.
I heard.
Throughout this whole thing.
I heard.
But they ended up getting Sam Darnold. What you think?
About the Deshaun Watson? I agree as far as you're innocent until proven guilty, but I've seen a lot more people be guilty until proven innocent. You know, so I mean, it's kind of a flip of the coin. There's not only that, not just, you know, from a sports take, but just in general in our society. You have too many people, and I think this is kind of what sucks about the social media thing, is so many people put their opinion out there. Now you're fighting more with the court of public opinion than you are the court of federal law. And a lot of people will make a judgment off the court of public opinion than what the what's the word? I don't know, like
Public opinion means more than what's going on in the court.
Yeah, like than the facts.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
And
it sucks, but
But
if we want to have Instagram, if we want to have Twitter, we want to have Facebook, we want to have our own platforms, we want to have all this, I mean, that's gonna come with it. Nothing is perfect. Everything has a flaw in its design. You know, nothing is ever perfect. So you gotta it's a give or take. In my sense, as far as the Nike and the Deshaun Watson thing, I think what Nike did was actually the smartest way to combat the cancel culture. Because in a way, they're covering both their ass and Deshaun Watson's ass. Because they're like, look, we're just going to suspend our endorsement to him. We're not going to cut him off. We're not going to let him go. We're not going to leave him high and dry.
they're suspending, but they're not dunning it.
Right, but like, that's the thing, because I think also though too, Nike has looked at the facts. Like if you look at the facts, nothing has been recorded to Houston police.
But it's not going in as a criminal case. That's what's helping, and that's what looks good. Because when it goes in as a criminal case, it's going in as a, what's it called? Like if I sue you for doing something to me.
Yeah, it's a civil.
It's a civil case, and that's what I think what works out for him. Because if it was like brutal rape or flashing or something like that, and it would have went to criminal, I think definitely, he would have got cut. You know what I mean? Yeah.
And that's why I think Nike just kind of put their foot forward and said, as far as Deshaun Watson, we got to let everything play out before we make our final decision.
Yeah. True.
You know what I mean? Whereas everybody else is like, nah, just cut him.
Yeah.
Let him go. He shouldn't be in the league. Where Nike's like, hey, this hasn't even played out yet.
Yeah.
Let's let everything play out. Hey, we sent out save the date cards. Let's go ahead and postpone it real quick. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's just how I feel about it.
Well, speaking about quarterbacks, with the draft coming up, I don't know if y'all been hearing lately, but
It's a rumor, but
no, it's not a rumor. It's Justin Fields has been dropping in these mock drafts and
Dropping?
scouts. Yeah, scouts.
I don't know why.
Scouts are having him drop to where he's not even a second taking quarterback, not even a third, sometimes fourth or fifth.
Yeah, they got like Zach Wilson going before him.
Trey Lance and Mac Jones.
Yeah, Mac Jones.
They got Mac Jones going third to the Niners, Wilson second to the Jets, and Trevor Lawrence to the Jaguars. So there's a study that came out that with Justin Fields, I think it was on his 200 throws or completions, whatever it was. Like most of them were to his first read.
Like the person.
I think it was out of his 400 and some throws or 300 and some throws. Basically, like 50 of them. It was like 50 of them. The rest were to his first read. The rest of the like 50 were not. Basically, he doesn't read the field. Is what it's basically being put towards Justin Fields, and that's why he's dropped.
And I think, but if you, he's like a dual threat though too. I think that speaks volumes, because if his first read's not there, what's his next read?
Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, Lamar Jackson and run. So, I mean, I've been seeing that. And
but how come it's taking? Oh, go for it.
No,
Go ahead and
go.
finish. Go ahead and finish.
No, go ahead. This is what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
But why is it taking? Why is they barely doing that now? all of a
just
sudden
analytics are coming in.
Now it's barely coming up now. Like we couldn't see this throughout the regular season.
So
is this the Lamar Jackson effect?
So we thought Justin Fields was the second, like way before this all started. It was Justin Fields and Trevor Lawrence was number one, but we thought Justin Fields was number two.
I even came on here and said, pull up the tapes, that Justin Fields was better than Lawrence. That I would take Fields more than Lawrence.
I even said I think I said that too.
But then like all of a sudden Zach Wilson's better, Matt Jones is better, like
the Matt Jones one I don't understand because I keep hearing he's just a statue in the pocket. He's a straight pocket passer. He's not a mobile quarterback.
Right.
And I guess the Niners are trading up to get him.
Well, there's a lot of them that are like that. Like the guy, I don't know the names. I just know the teams that they're from BYU. But then that usually kind of happens because like you remember when Carson
Zach
Wentz.
Wilson.
Yeah. So remember when Carson Wentz came, and it was just out of nowhere. Like this guy from Dakota, wherever he's from.
North Dakota State.
North Dakota State, which
they have a quarterback.
Lance,
they have a quarterback.
Out of there. Okay, so on Daniel Jeremiah's mock
I
draft.
heard it's the Harvard of the North.
Yeah, Daniel Jeremiah's. These are just straight quarterbacks. Trevor Lawrence goes first. Zach Wilson goes second to the Jets. Mac Jones goes third to the Niners. Trey Lance goes fourth to the Falcons. And then you don't see Justin Fields until number 7 to the Lions. So it just it makes me think like what are they seeing in Justin Fields that I didn't see when I thought he was the second best quarterback coming out of the draft? Is it that he got overtaken? Is it that his film is out and people are actually like
reading the film?
Yeah.
Like they're
looking at
it,
the film.
like everything like that. Like
is that what it is? I don't know. Is it that other quarterbacks have higher potential?
And it was a hard year to do it too because of the fact that it was a COVID year. So there wasn't like a consistent games and consistent contenders, I guess, would you say?
Yeah.
Yeah, like
I also think like the fact that it's an Ohio State quarterback.
A lot of hype around.
So you know me, Ohio State quarterbacks. Name me one good quarterback.
That's what I'm saying. I think that also like falls in like because now the analytics are starting to match up to the persona of Ohio State quarterbacks. You're talking about over 300 throws, like a high percentage of that is going to his first read. And now it's like almost all Ohio State quarterbacks.
And Ohio State never.
Yeah, that sucked in the NFL had like almost the exact same stats.
So basically, my question is this ringing off an alarm in your head, or are you like more like, no, Justin Fields, clear-cut number 2 quarterback?
If you could utilize him the way they do Lamar Jackson, maybe you got something, you got lightning in a bottle, but don't expect that to last.
The thing is, he's a better thrower of the football than a Lamar Jackson. So that's where like I'm not alarming yet.
More accurate, could you say?
Yeah, like he's a bit more accurate, but
can he read the field?
Yeah.
But see, that's the thing that, and I've said this before. That's the thing is we're expecting college quarterbacks to come out in that first year be like
Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah, and that's a dime a dozen. That's
Justin Herbert.
Yeah, but we still gotta. You know how I feel about your good first year. Baker Mayfield had a great first year.
Yeah,
now
his team's get film on you.
Yeah, bro. Like I gotta see Herbert now.
Yeah.
I like he did great in his first year, but I gotta see him after that.
Yeah.
Because that's a different story. That was kind of even down to like.
Lightning in a ball.
Yeah, it's just you never know.
I think Herbert's gonna be good.
Well, yeah, that's great, but then he could be bad though too.
Yeah.
No, I think he's.
All right, we got the hype machine over here.
He's gonna
we got the hype.
Yeah, but like you look at Herbert's throw, like the things that like will alarm me with Herbert is a lot of his throws were off of screen passes. Like that's where his completion percentage was going up. They had the most screen passes out of the whole league last year. Mm-hmm. So it's like, okay, yeah, he had some deep balls, he had some highlights. You know what I mean? But the majority of what he did was quick and easy, fast throws. Yeah, they set him up good.
Yeah, setting him
to
up
have success.
It's just for this guy to come in, and he's a division rival. For this guy to come in on no notice and basically almost beat the Chiefs. And it's not even that. It's just you see with Herbert, you see it. It's like the eye test. You see it.
Yeah, but like I said, I need another year to see
Yeah,
because I've
that's
seen
what
a
we're
lot
saying,
of people have a good
A
year.
lot of time once they get film on people, like we saw a lot with Lamar Jackson. You get that film on
But
him.
I'm not saying that with Joe Burrow.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that with other quarterbacks. But I'm saying it with him.
No,
I'm
that's
very
fine.
confident in
So
him.
you're that guy. You're saying he's that guy.
I think in Herbert, I'm very confident in Herbert.
okay.
But with Herbert, they were saying these things about him before he got drafted.
That's what I'm saying.
Now he dropped in the draft, not too low, but who got? I'll do the research, but keep going. I know what quarterbacks got picked up.
My thing is, like when it comes down to it, to have a franchise quarterback doesn't mean having one good year. To have a franchise quarterback, you have to have some sort of consistency or some sort of improvement every single year. You can't just be like Lamar Jackson after these many years. That's why we say he's not good, because he hasn't shown much improvement. He hasn't shown much consistency. Justin Herbert has yet to be seen. He had a great year. I'm not saying he sucks, but if he comes out and they scheme against him and he doesn't do too well, bro, you didn't really put your good foot forward in order to improve on what you did last year. And that's what kind of sucks about having one really good year. Now that's your expectations high.
Which is good.
It's good.
Okay,
It's
so,
good.
so it was Joe Burrow and Tua, the two quarterbacks drafted at.
Yeah, like Tua didn't really.
And a lot of people are saying like Tua don't have no leadership. He's already a little midget, already on top of that. Like
Tua, I never really thought was gonna be great in the
Yeah.
NFL.
Shut up. Never.
Yeah, I never really. I never.
Alabama does not produce quarterbacks like Ohio State.
They produce receivers and defense.
Yeah, and running backs sometimes.
Oh yeah, well they're.
Yeah.
But that's my thing. So I think Herbert's going to be the best quarterback out of that draft class.
He could be.
Who is?
He could be.
I think.
But then Burrow was he was starting to spark up too, but he got hurt. That's
got
not
hurt.
now. That's gonna be the knock on Burrow.
Mononucleotitis.
That's gonna be the knock on Burrow. For me, it's come on, people. Like we're asking literally creatures of habit to change their whole habit within a year.
Yeah.
And a lot of times it doesn't happen like that. Look at the Aaron Rodgers and the great quarterbacks that were great for long periods of time. They didn't start right away. They sat. They
Steve Young.
yeah, they sat.
Rodgers?
They got to now. There are players that come in and provide a spark. A Herbert, a Burrow. Excuse me, a Burrow. Even like Carson Wentz in his first year.
Yeah.
Provided a spark, and
Dak Prescott.
Dak Prescott provided a spark. But now, where's your consistency?
Yep.
Where are you year in, year out? That's why I kind of live by the Landry rule. I don't give them a grade until their 4 years is up.
Yeah.
Because I know when I draft them in, number one, you got to learn the NFL. Number two, you got to learn your position. And number three, you got to excel at your position. And that takes.
But you said it perfectly. Consistency.
Yeah.
Consistency in anything that we do in life is consistent. You have to
Right.
have consistency. Did you do some research, dude? Or you still research?
Yeah, like when it comes out consistency, in the first year you might lose 50 pounds.
Yeah.
But then next year you might lose 10 pounds.
Yeah.
But you gained 5 pounds of muscle.
Yeah.
So you're every year you're improving. You're staying consistent with what you do. But when it comes to quarterbacks, we're like, he sucked this year. Let him go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Drew Brees, he sucked with the Chargers.
Oh yeah, they're doing a little 30 for 30 on it.
Yeah, he sucked with the Chargers. Peyton Manning, his first 3 years, he sucked.
Yeah.
He sucked like in general. Now you come out and you're like, hey, he's one of the GOATs.
Yeah, he was struggling.
Yeah, he's up there. So how come we live in the world where everything is so fast paced and we're
So-
not giving them the time to
Develop.
come in, develop in their own.
So Joe Burrow was accurate on 7 of 40 deep passes last year. 17.5%. The worst deep passer in the NFL.
Ooh.
But how many games did he play? Only like 6? 6 or 7?
No,
He missed the first 4
I don't
games.
know, but basically 7 out of 40 deep passes. Now, obviously, he didn't play the whole year,
Yeah.
but he he's hitting of what he played. He's basically hitting at a 17% clip, which is not good.
Yeah, but if you think about it, rookie quarterbacks, when they come in, the team specifically scheme for them to do dump off and short passes. So when they miss a long pass, that's really crucial because they might only throw 20 in a year. They're going to miss.
What I've been noticing.
So Justin Herbert was accurate on 27 of 57 deep passes, 47%, which was 7th out of 31 quarterbacks.
And that's what I was going to say.
Quarterbacks.
What I've noticed in the NFL is offensive coordinators are scheme for your deficiencies and what you're good at. You know what I mean? And I think when you see Herbert's and what was I gonna? I was just gonna say like I hate to use Lamar Jackson, but like if you notice all of his playmaking ability is built off of what the coordinators put together for him. You know what I mean?
Right.
You can only push a person's talent so far. RG3, they wanted him to be a pocket passer. They forced him to be in the pocket. He blew balls. So I guess it's just time will tell how these guys are gonna do, but.
Basically, my thing is, I'll go as far as saying I'm more confident in Justin Herbert and being a franchise quarterback rather than Tua. And
and I can agree to that.
So let's
Tua
get back
and Joe Burrow.
So let's get back to the draft, right? So these guys that are coming out, we're only gonna maybe hear about. How many is there? 4 of them?
5.
5 of them. You're going to hit on 2 of the 5.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's never a draft class where everyone's a star.
That's what I'm saying, because you have a potential for the number 1 pick. His expectations are here. It's kind of good for Fields to drop, because now his expectations are a little bit lower. You know what I mean? So if he exceeds those expectations, then he's actually doing pretty good. For the guys that are rising and coming up in the draft, I think those guys are the ones that they're having to go from no spotlight to the spotlight.
And that's kind of how it happens.
Yeah.
I mean, you have like a Paxton Lynch. His stock before the draft.
Yeah.
And he comes in and just looked like a shell of himself. He's not even in the league anymore.
Yeah.
And it brings us to Trevor Lawrence. So he's going to go number 1.
Is he?
He's going to go number 1.
But
I'm gonna read. He's a can't miss prospect, right?
Right.
They say
he's a once in a generation prospect.
They said that about Marcus Russell.
So I'm going to read to you guys the first overall picks since 2000, and you guys let me know what you guys think, where they're at now or whatever.
How many years?
Since 2000.
2000.
So in 2000, Courtney Brown, he was a defensive end.
Yeah.
Okay. Got drafted by the Browns. Do we just blame it on the Browns there?
Yeah, blame that on them. Well,
Okay.
no.
That's like blaming it on the goose.
I don't know.
Okay, 2001. Where we at? I lost my lips. 2001, Michael Vick.
Ooh. Rocky Road.
But he never won a title.
Never won a title.
2002, David Carr. You know how
we
that
all know.
Hey, I know that goes. I know that.
2003, Carson Palmer.
Technically, he has 2 rings.
Yeah.
Carson Palmer?
Carson Palmer, 2003. 2004, Eli Manning.
2 Super Bowls.
Okay. Alex Smith.
Hey, but let's talk about that. Went to another team, got drafted, and forced his way to another team.
Yeah.
Kind of what Trevor Lawrence is. Okay. Speculation.
So are we doing Eli Manning? That's a one-off?
That's a one-off, yeah.
Okay. Alex Smith, 2005.
Utah.
Mario Williams, 2006. You guys remember Mario Williams?
Mm-hmm.
How he was like hyped?
Oh my god.
2007, Jamarcus.
Mario Williams.
Texans. Remember him between Reggie Bush?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
It was a rivalry.
I was thinking of the Dolphins Williams.
2007, Jamarcus Russell. Hit me with it.
But
every time I hear
you know how that goes.
You know
every time I hear that name, it makes me cringe.
2008, Jake Long, the tackle.
Okay.
The Dolphins.
That's good.
Good, yeah.
That's decent.
2009, Matthew Stafford.
Is quality.
2010, Sam Bradford.
He was the Bradford was the biggest like con artist in the NFL. Because when he got drafted, that was the last year they had the big rookie draft deal.
Oh,
so he
yeah.
was the last one to get that. Not only that, every team he went to, they gave him like hell of money. And he never, like, with his lazy eye, he could never read
And
the
he
field.
was one of the few that would never tuck in his sleeves, his jersey sleeves.
Yeah,
It'd always be flapping.
Yeah.
Okay, so
It'll be flapping.
2011, Cam Newton.
Yeah.
It's a-
2012, Andrew Luck.
Not even in the
retired.
league.
But he was the lightning in the bottle.
Yeah.
He was one of those, like, right out the gate, he had
But
it.
that motherfucker got beat the
Yeah, he
fuck
got
up,
beat
man.
up.
2013, Eric Fisher. Who did he sign with? The former tackle for the Chiefs. He got cut
He got cut.
Yeah,
or not re-signed, either one of them. Okay, now we're gonna start getting into. I don't know what he might be a free agent, but now we're gonna start getting into 2014 Jadeveon Clowney. Remember how hyped he was?
That guy.
it was all off one hit.
Oh, that one hit against Michigan. It was somebody wearing yellow, dude, and
Yeah.
he lit them fucking up.
And he
2015 Jameis Winston.
oh yeah.
Famous Jameis,
They tried to really, like, demean his stock.
Florida State.
Remember it was him and Mariota.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mariota too.
2016 Jared Goff.
Now overhyped. See what I'm saying? Like, now we see it, and he was a little bit overhyped.
2017 Myles Garrett.
I think he's actually pretty solid.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Miles.
Nah.
2018 Baker Mayfield.
Overhyped.
All right.
2019.
Only because Baker is the same draft class of Deshaun Watson, Pat Mahomes, I think those two. And those two guys dropped before Baker. Because that was
And
the
Mitch
same.
Trubisky was in there, I think, too.
And Carson Wentz.
No, Carson Wentz was in the Jared Goff.
Oh, yeah, and the Jared Goff. But yeah, and Mitch Trubisky.
Okay. And then we got Kyler Murray in 2019.
Just think about that. The Browns could have had Mahomes. Number 1 pick. And they didn't have to trade or nothing. They would have still got like a badass defender. Because they picked up the safety. Like in the 8th pick or 7th pick. They had that. Remember they had 2 picks in the top 10?
I think it was a cornerback, and I think it was Denzel Ward.
It was Denzel Ward. That's who it
Yeah.
was.
And so 2020 Joe Burrow.
Which, I don't know if he like...
Cincinnati's a rough spot. Yeah,
Yeah, like maybe he made him look good, bro. Like,
flashes.
you
dude,
made him
like-
look good, so it's
Yeah,
like
flashes
so
of
now. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. It's like, okay, we're looking at these guys and saying like, oh, but he didn't win a championship, dude. Cincinnati hasn't really done. They went to playoffs, but they didn't really. They weren't a team that you were afraid of. And then now Joe Burrow comes in, and yeah, they lost some games, but they were like close games where they're like, hey man, he's actually making them look good. But we still have yet to see that injury is going to be something that's we don't know. Like Carson Wentz never really got over his injuries. I mean, he's been kind of from the mental. The hardest part with injuries like that is getting over the mental aspect of it, and that's how you got to grade the player. They can train all they want, they can throw the ball they want, but when it gets down to being in the game, now they're thinking about, oh man, I don't want to take this hit, I don't want to do that. So they might make some dumb decisions.
I guess we'll all see in due time. See how they work out.
Yeah.
So
I'll go first.
go ahead.
I was gonna go into. Do you believe that rumor that he's trying not to be the first pick? But we can skip it.
No, we'll talk. We'll end it on that.
Yeah. So
So
do you really think he doesn't want to be picked? Go to Jacksonville, Trevor Lawrence.
So the rumor is that he has informed his agent that he doesn't want to go number 1 unless Jacksonville trades out of that pick. That's just a rumor, but this is a TSR show, we can talk about it.
yeah, we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
So let's go with it as if it is true.
Okay. If it is true,
Where does he want to go?
anywhere but there.
Does he not like Urban Meyer? What is it? What could it be? Just the Jaguars? Jacksonville?
I think, but see, and that's the thing, is like, bro, you quarterbacks in the college, in college, like if you're going to go number one, you're all hyped about going number one. Understand, if you're going number one, you're going to the shittiest team that had the worst record the year before.
And you're getting the most money out of Eric.
Yeah, and you're getting them. So it's a give and take.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, how about this? If you go there, you go there. If it doesn't work out in your 4 or 5 years that you're there, don't sign an extension. That's it. Like, go somewhere else.
Or demand a trade.
Or demand a trade.
Obviously,
you know
that's a trend.
But that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Did y'all watch that on I Am Athlete when they talked about that?
No.
You didn't see Brandon Marshall go off? Because he was talking about how in the NBA, not everybody has guaranteed contracts. And so they were having the conversation as to why Andre Johnson was on there. And he was talking about the conversation about Deshaun Watson demanding a trade.
Oh, you said NBA.
Yeah, well, I'm getting to that.
Yeah.
I'm giving you backstory.
I'm
giving you context. So they're talking about the trade and how he's demanding a trade, and Andre Johnson's talking about, oh yeah, the Texans it's a bad organization, this and that, but it's kind of hard to demand a trade. And Ocho Cinco comes up and he said, the reason that NFL can't, the players in the NFL can't do what the NBA players do in the NBA is because their money is not guaranteed. Not all 53 guys have guaranteed money. They run the show. Whereas in the NBA, they got all guaranteed money.
That's what threw me off, because you started it by saying
right. Right. But then Brandon comes out and he's like, not every player is guaranteed money.
No, they're not.
No.
In the NFL.
No, in the NBA, he was saying.
Oh, not every player in the NBA is guaranteed money.
That's what he's saying. He's like,
superstars usually.
he's like, but then they're like, Ocho said, he's like, yeah, but dude, the 8th guy on the bench, if he was making $1 million, that's his guaranteed money. That's his $8 million. In the NFL, that 52nd guy, those $70,000 maybe or maybe not guaranteed, because if they cut him, they put him on a practice field, he's gonna take that pay cut regardless. He has no say over that. There's no guarantee. That's why the NBA players can run that league as opposed to the NFL. And it just came down to the argument of Brandon Marshall's like, well, now you have big time guys speaking up on it. He's like, yeah, but you're talking about 2 dudes, Russell Wilson and Deshaun Watson, that don't even make up half of the money, a quarter of the money the NFL makes every year. So that's why you'll never really see in the NFL, unless they start changing the NFLPA, guaranteed money, getting a cut of the TV deals, you're not really going to see a lot of people, oh, I want to trade here and I want to leave here, or I want to demand this, and they get what they want. That's why it's going to be hard for me to believe that Trevor Lawrence is, regardless, if he has to go to the Jags, he has to go to the Jags. Unless he pulls an Eli Manning, but we haven't seen that.
We'll see.
Yeah, I said, go for it. Well, there's been instances that this has happened in history. John Elway did it, obviously. He did it with the Colts. He ended up in Denver. Eli Manning did it. If he wants to do it, he can do it. There's definitely a way. If there's a will, there's a way that he can find a way out of there.
But in that term, the Jags have to agree, right?
They definitely. They have the right to.
So do you see them agreeing? They have no quarterback. They just had Urban Meyer.
Any team will agree if it gets them what they want.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But most likely, they're
going to have to trade for a quarterback, so some team is willing to give up their quarterback for that first pick to get Trevor Lawrence. Who would that be?
It would have to be a quarterback and first round picks. More picks.
Oh, yeah. They'd have to give up a lot. So which team do you think would happen? Like, I could see the Patriots trying to give them Cam Newton.
Yeah, Cam Newton isn't worth anything.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. But like, who else? What other team is where you're gonna have a quarterback ready for that organization? They're not gonna trade for a bum when they got
that's
the number 1 prospect.
And that's the hardest thing.
A generational prospect.
A generational prospect at that.
It's he's not gonna go to a team that's set and ready to go to a Super Bowl. He's gonna still go to somebody that has to build.
He's going to the Jaguars.
Yeah, he's going
But we're going off the premise as if
If he did
it's
it,
true.
we're being the devil's advocate.
Yeah,
Like,
someone,
if it
someone
was
is
true.
gonna have to pony up the assets and send
Yeah.
it to him. So
He's still gonna
what-
go with someone
so,
that's gonna contend.
let's see, the Niners, the
Who giving away Garoppolo? Is that what you're
they
saying?
probably have to give up Garoppolo.
Well, I think
What
definitely.
about the Texans? What about if you cook up a trade or say the Packers?
Ooh.
But the Packers already got 2 quarterbacks.
Rodgers would leave to Jacksonville.
The Seahawks say, all right, Russell Wilson, we'll get rid of you. We're shipping your ass to Jacksonville.
Yeah, good luck.
Um,
Enjoy that weather, buddy.
I could see the Rams do it.
But they
And
already
get
got
rid
a
of-
Stafford.
Now I know, but I could still see him do it if they can pick up Trevor Lawrence. Like
that
you don't
would
think
be-
Sean McVay likes him? He's like, this
But
is our
Sean
guy.
McVay's that
But
dumb to do something
is
like that.
Jacksonville gonna want Matthew Stafford? And what even picks do they have
Yeah, that's
left?
the thing. The Rams don't have like any picks for like the next 2 years.
This is the year that we're gonna see Sean McVay see how good he really is too.
Ooh, hot take. You don't think he's been that good or what?
No, he's been good. He's been good, but now we're gonna see because he's throwing.
He did do a lot, bro.
But he's throwing them on. The organization signs these players and gets rid of them. Big contracts, right? Now we're gonna see. Hey, dude, you're saying that it's not you, it's the quarterback not play doing it. Now, if they don't produce,
That's the interesting part that I'm really.
That's what I'm saying.
curious
That's
to see.
but like Trevor Lawrence. Back to Trevor Lawrence, like he's gonna go to somewhere that's building. He's not gonna go to a contender right away. So it's gonna be a hard decision.
He's gonna be a Jaguar, and
I think so too.
he's gonna be a Jaguar. He's gonna.
It's nice to speculate.
Honestly, I haven't seen the rumor. I haven't come across it. I tried to search it and I didn't see it anywhere.
Beat writers, hella beat writers.
Yeah, dude. You know hot takes, bro. Just
But,
check clickbait, baby.
Hey, he's gonna be a Jaguar. And I'm happy for the Jaguars.
So
the
am I.
Jaguars have never been,
Are we forgetting that they were like a brand new expansion franchise and went to the
they've
freaking AFC
they've had a run
Championship
for like 1 or 2 years and
Yeah.
then they
2 years.
disappear.
game? Yeah.
But I feel like they'll finally have a good team, all because the Jets won.
Yeah, and so did it cheer for, dude. Those fans never show up, bro. It's sad watching those games.
It's
Well, I think that was the only stadium or one of the few stadiums with fans this year because it's Florida.
Oh yeah.
yeah.
There's that.
But not only that, there's those teams in the NFL where like even if they beat you, and you're like, nah, I didn't.
It's like they got no
Yeah.
history.
Yeah, like,
They got no history. It's
Let
like,
them have this one.
Yeah.
Like I remember when the Browns were so bad, like even if they would beat us, but I'd be like third string quarterback on my team and just be like, good for the Browns though, bro.
Yeah.
They got 2 wins this year. Like,
well, the Browns are a little bit different because they're a historic franchise that sucks so bad, so you kind of don't want
Yeah.
to listen to the Browns.
no. But
Like
it doesn't
you don't
hurt
want them
me
to
as
put up
much.
50 points.
Yeah.
on you.
yeah. Like if it comes down
Like
to
they
a
did
field
this
goal,
It's sad. It's sad when you think of a franchise and you go,
You don't want Nick Chubb running all over you.
Yeah.
It's sad when you think about the Browns. You go, Big Jim Brown, and that was
Yeah.
like back in the 50s, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's sad,
Yeah.
dude. That's sad.
Like Jacksonville's another one of those. Like even the Jets. I just want like the Jets.
I-
Like dog, just go 8-9 this year. You know,
when
like
when you think of the Jets, what do you think of? Joe Namath.
yeah. That's
That's
all. The only one I
70s,
really him and Revis.
Yeah.
Him and Revis.
Yeah. Well, was there anything else y'all want to touch on?
Go ahead. I had something here. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say the Lakers beat the Nets.
Oh yeah. Real quick.
Real quick, what did you guys think of it? They
So
restarted?
Lakers beat the Nets with no AD, with no LeBron, no
Kuzma.
Kuzma, and then the Nets had no James Harden, but they had KD and
Kyrie. Which Kyrie got ejected.
him and Shooter. So do we just mark this off as another regular season game that don't mean nothing, or hey, look, the Nets do have some defensive mislapses, and the Lakers do clamp up.
I think when it comes to these two teams, you can't treat it as a regular season game because they're not treating it as a regular season game. They're treating it like playoff
Yeah.
games.
Yeah.
That's why they're getting mouthy. They're getting ejected. They're doing things to get under people's skin when things aren't going their way. Kind of like with the Nets. It wasn't going their way, and they start trying to get under their skin and mouthing and you know, they're I can't look at these two teams when they play in the regular season and say, oh, it's just another, chalk it up to that, because they're not treating it that way.
The Nets needed Harden, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, give Harden the MVP, baby, because...
Real talk, though. The Nets needed Harden, right?
I mean, this is KD's second game back from his hamstring injury, right? Second or third?
I don't know.
Second or third. Harden he has his hamstring injury. But I guess we could say that Harden runs that team. He's the nucleus of that team.
He's not the best player, but he's the...
He's the glue that puts it together.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's the motor that makes the tires roll.
For all the shit I talk shit about him about, he really changed his ways when he went to the Nets. Like,
well, you talk shit about all the Nets players. Kyrie, and
but he's actually put it together. Because I thought he was selfish in Houston, whatever, you know what I mean? But he's really put it his game, and he even actually defends a little bit now. So, like, I could say, like, he is, like, the glue that puts that thing together. They do need him. I think you're right. They are playing him like, we're going to take you down, we're going to play you hard, and that's why they beat him. By 25.
Don't crown the Nets just yet.
No.
Don't crown them just yet.
Yeah, no. Exactly.
Don't pull the Clippers.
Yeah.
Don't pull a Clippers.
Don't crown them just yet. Look, they got injuries.
Yeah.
Yeah, that too.
A lot of them. And to their star guys. And they've been reoccurring throughout the year.
Is it just me or Blake Griffin looks like the old Blake Griffin too?
Well, he's
dunking again.
He's dunking. Sometimes change the scenery does do good for you. Look at Amari Cooper. Look at James Harden. Look at Blake Griffin. LaMarcus Aldridge.
I guess it inspires hope.
Jason Garrett.
Yeah. Anthony Ottomino. Just messing around.
All right. Well, was there anything else y'all got to say?
No pop culture. Hey,
what y'all want to tap on to? I just don't want the.
I know it's kind of late, but J-Lo and A-Rod they're divorcing. And,
Are they really?
And A-Rod bought the Timberwolves. Him and someone else.
yeah.
A-Rod.
The A's they've only won 3 games all year.
When it comes to celebrity relationships, I think this to all the celebrities out there.
They were married?
All right,
They were
let's do
engaged.
this. Let's do this. Let's end it on this. Since the draft is coming up, let's have a little draft, celebrity draft.
Okay.
Just random.
Okay.
We're gonna have it.
Like, but what's the premise?
You're gonna pick. What's the premise?
Yeah.
You're gonna pick these celebrities in a starring role for any movie, based on their looks and acting. Not just acting, not just because you don't want to get Meryl Streep in there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, she was bad.
Looks and acting, and we'll go 2 each. So
you want like a guy role and a girl role?
no, just girls.
Girls,
Okay,
bro.
just girls.
Girls.
Unless you want
So I'll go first.
All right, go.
I'll go first. I'll go Scarlett Johansson.
Mother!
I knew it.
I knew it.
I almost cut him off. I was like, no, I go first.
All right.
Alright,
Scarlett
Scarlett
Johansson.
Johansson.
I'm going Scarlett Johansson in a.
Johansson.
Johansson.
Is it Johansson or Johansson?
Johansson.
Okay, Scarlett Johansson. You know how that goes.
Yeah, you know how that goes.
So we'll go Scarlett Johansson, and then I'm gonna have her starring. In
Wait. He picks one, right?
No, go first.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait. I thought you were picking your second pick. Never mind. You said you're gonna have her starring what?
Okay, I'm gonna have Scarlett Johansson starring in a horror flick.
Ooh, that's what I was kind of like thinking, but
What about you?
whatever.
Over, I can't even.
You already-
think.
you
I already
already
blacked
took
out.
mine.
I already took a black. I took a blank.
Okay, I'm gonna go for my number one pick. I'm gonna go horror movie, but like Mexican horror, and I'm gonna get Salma Hayek.
Salma Hayek, that's a reach.
But I
That's
said
another
Mexican
reach.
horror, so she can speak her native tongue.
This guy likes reaching, huh?
Well, you took Scarlett, dog. Like that's.
What's another
Trevor
bad
Lawrence?
chick out there right
Trey?
now? though?
Hey, I'm going down to Zach Wilson.
All right, let's go.
I don't even know any
I
actresses
just took
right now.
Scarlett Johansson just to get it out of Hector's.
Shit. I don't know any actresses. What other actresses are there?
Just think of movies.
I'm trying to think. I know them by looks. I don't know their names.
Then give me a movie that you're thinking of.
Angela Jolie.
We'll do Angelina Jolie.
Oh, Angelina Jolie.
Angelina Jolie.
Angela Jolie.
And I'll do her. Oh, she does action all
The
the
lady
time.
from Vertigo.
Ooh, she's pretty. And we're trying to put her in what? Any type of movie?
What film would you put her in?
I don't know. Angelina Jolie, she does action, she does drama, she does comedy.
Tomb Raider.
She does sci-fi. I would say horror movie. I never seen her in a horror movie ever.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So with my last pick, I'm gonna go Alexandra Daddario. Do you guys know who that is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alexandria.
God,
I think it's
remember all this.
Alexandria.
I didn't even remember all this shit.
Alexandria Daddario. Texas. The Texas Chainsaw.
Oh yeah, she's bad.
Alexandria Daddario. But in this one, I'm gonna have her playing in a comedy, like one of those raunchy comedies, with like a.
Like where they say the F word and all that
The dude,
shit.
she'd go good with like the dude that plays Ant-Man, Paul Rudd.
Paul Rudd. Oh yeah, I can see that happening.
Yeah. All right, what about you, Heck? He's over here.
I gotta search. I'm gonna go. You know what? I'll go with Jessica Alba.
Oh,
As a comedy. I think that one would go with the comedy. Jessica Alba, and probably like a love comedy would probably be the dude, what's his name? Chris Pratt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I know
Chris
that.
Pratt.
Yeah.
Mine would be what's her name? Reese Witherspoon.
In American Pie 5.
And I would like to see her in like a hardcore sci-fi flick or
Oh, okay.
like that alien type shit.
Oh, I know what you
Yeah.
mean. Yeah.
No.
Y'all let us know what actresses we missed out on, what
Yeah.
movies would y'all put her in. But other than that, this is the
TSR show, baby.
Yeah.
TRS family. That's how Mia calls
Hey,
it.
Taco Chronicles coming out.
Tonight.
We gotta get them
Well,
done tonight.
It'll be
So-
uploaded tonight,
Yeah.
but before this one is uploaded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, we out of here.
Later, y'all.